Hello and welcome back to some more Kerbal Space Program. So, after an insane amount of time developing this, and I actually tried to record this a few minutes ago, and the launch vehicle had some problems which suddenly appeared out of nowhere, but I believe now I'm ready to launch this, and yeah, we are ready to continue with our mission to explore and study the anomalies on Duna, and to that end today we will launch our reusable launch vehicle lander slash rover and dock it with the command pod, well, the interplanetary ship, and we will also launch a lunar lander and dock it to the same ship, and hopefully we'll be able to do that without the part count climbing so high that it's unflyable due to insane frame rate issues. If not, we'll drop the Ike landing part of the mission and we will simply go to Duna with this plane. So that's what we'll do. So without further ado, come on, go light Mark 3. Let's wait until it's in the proper part of its orbit and prepare for our rendezvous. And that should be about good. Well, a bit closer. Yes, there is good. And yeah, let's fly. Okay, everything's proceeding fine. It has, well, several parts to its flight. The plane itself is powered by one aerospike rocket. Here the launcher has 6 solid boosters and 4 outer boosters, which currently aren't firing. They will fire once the solid boosters are used up to keep our acceleration going at all times, to prevent us from slowing down. It's kind of weird arranging it like this, but it actually works a lot better, and hopefully this will work the way it should. So fingers crossed and detached. That explosion didn't rip anything off, so that's okay. This has apparently gotten broken at some point somehow. Never mind. Yeah, and these drain pretty quickly, but they do give us a bit of extra oomph. Landing gear are up, they are in fact up and detached. Here we go. So now we have 2 sets of 3 LV T-45s, namely the vectoring kind of engine. And we are decelerating very slightly, but we should start accelerating again. And we are. So all in all, things are good. That is slowly coming overhead. We will, because this has such a lot of wing, we will have to get to a pretty high altitude before we can start doing our gravity turn, otherwise we risk spiraling out of control due to stuff. But anyway, this thing is powerful enough to, it has enough lift anyway, to fly pretty comfortably on Duna, to land, take off again, climb into orbit, and essentially do everything we need to. So even if we can't aim our trajectory straight at the anomaly site, as we would have to with a traditional lander, we can still fly there with this, which is kind of the whole point, because it would be pretty difficult examining all 3 anomalies on Duna with this in a single flight. Now that being said, I tried to test this plane by flying to the buried Mars rover anomaly, spoiler alert, but I couldn't find it. So if someone could give me the exact coordinates of that in a private message, I would greatly appreciate it. But yeah, in any case, now we just climb for orbit. This thing does try to get iffy once you fire the aerospike engine. It tries to pull up slightly, but we will just have to compensate for that. It is an unfortunate problem, but it's not anything. There's nothing I can do about it. The problem is these landing gear which are on the bottom and which lead to an uneven distribution of weight as far as top-bottom distribution is concerned, which is a problem for us anyway. We are burning nicely towards orbit. The overheating has gone away, which is always fun to see. And yes, our frame rate is up to 20-25 frames per second, which, since we're away from the planet and our altitude is climbing, don't you worry, we have plenty of power now that we've gotten up this high. In this single engine and 3 fuel tanks here, will be perfectly alright. These will soon be spent, but they should get us into orbit, mostly anyway. So that is climbing, this is orbiting at around 300 kilometers. We will shortly have ourselves an intersect, and then we'll see just how our orbit looks. Okay, so throttle down before the detach, keep it on low. Oh, isn't that beautiful? So here it is. Yes, it pulls up slightly, you have to compensate for it, it requires a bit of attention when you're burning, but all things considered, it is the best option I could build for flying around on Duna. Far better than having a traditional SAS unit on it, which would probably be able to correct for it, but yeah, the SAS really needs 2 settings so that you can freely switch between the avionics and... Okay, we want to bring this in. Whoa, bit of a lag spike there for whatever reason. Whoa, yeah. RCS on and push back to bring that back in. Okay, so just within 3 kilometers essentially is what we can get. That will have to be good. Our speed relative to target is still pretty high, so we'll have to apply a bit of thrust there. Okay, we're nearly at our intersect, so I'll try to trim it out so that it does not wobble, but of course that trim will be completely useless in the atmosphere, so that should be okay-ish. There we go. We will burn a bit of fuel doing this, it can't be helped, but we will refuel from the main ship. But not yet, I think when we reach Duna we'll refuel from it, and I've left a lot of fuel in Duna orbit, and we'll just call that stuff, we'll pretend that it's stuff from unmanned missions and probes, and yes, probes that tested the aerodynamic properties of craft on Duna in preparation for this mission, which is obviously necessary in order for this mission to be successful. So yes, now it drifts downwards when you aren't firing the engine, which is again annoying. Let's take a look at our orbital map. What's our closest approach? There? At that? No, darling. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay, that's still not good enough. I think these lie ever so slightly. I can't imagine why, but they do. It probably can't be helped. But the SAS seriously needs to be fixed. I mean, it's really rather bad, I would say. In any case, for now let's get this thing docked, and that should be good. Okay, that was the Goliath Mark III loading. And are we now heading away from it? How far? Yes, we are. Yes, that big jump there, that really screwed us just a bit. Need to get back closer to it. about 4. Well, no, not 4. Anything. Okay, 10 meters per second ought to be good. Coming straight at it. Oh my god. Turn, darling. Turn. Okay. We'll try to dock this on the front of the ship and we'll dock the Icelander on the back. Okay. Damn it, we're at the night side too. Of Kerbin, I mean. Okay, let's just kill our relative speed for now. That should help. Let's turn on the lights. Maybe we can use those to like... Well, no. We just have the landing lights on this thing. It will be useful on Duna to help judge how far away the ground is. It's another indicator which you can use besides shadows and altimeters and other crappy stuff. There should be a radar altimeter that's accessible from this view. There really should be. But we don't have that yet, so we'll have to do without. And there is the front of the ship, which works out fine for us. We will kill our speed. There we go. Now, all thanks to kill the... whatchamacallits... trim, to restore it to default, and now let's just aim ourselves at the north, since this thing is pointing south, and set the Clampotron as our target and prepare for a nice instruments only landing. Won't that be fun? There we go, it should be good. Yeah, you have to be willing to turn RCS off when you're not using it, because otherwise you'll run out. Quite possibly. But in any case, best to save it. This thing has a big RCS tank and that should be fine, but all the same. All the same, we have at least 3 flights with this plane. And we'll need some more RCS for the deorbiting of our other capsule, so... And this I believe will do. So now... Whoa, it is wobbling rather a lot. Which is unfortunate, but I don't believe it can be helped right now. Well, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it will be alright. We might have to do a pretty gentle burn on the way to Duna. Just gonna disable the RCS thrusters for now, because if I use them they'll just eat up all my fuel trying to kill this wobble more likely than not, and I'd rather not have them do that, since I'd rather... Well, I'm gonna need RCS for other things. Okay, so that one, and that should be the last one. Damn it! There we go, disable RCS port. Okay, frame rate is good so far, so let's go to the Space Center and launch a Moonlander A. Okay. Yes, this has a mapping tool, because I haven't mapped Ike yet. And let's just launch it before the mainsail engine breaks off. And yeah. Okay, actually, let's wait until we have a convenient time for it. I reserve the right to remove this part of the mission if it becomes necessary at any time. Wait, it's only letting me do the physical one. Oh, you son of a... Fine, play it like that. We have a fix for that here. There we go. Screw you, game. Screw you. Okay, and now we wait for it to load. This is very similar to the Moonlander I made, well, demonstrated in a recent Why are you doing that? No, don't switch. God damn it, you dumb piece of... Anyway, it's very similar to that design, and since Ike's gravity is, I believe, slightly smaller than weaker than the moon's, it should be good. Should be quite capable of landing there, but of course we'll see. Anyway, here we are. Kindly set that as your target, thank you. And okay, actually, in hindsight, this might not have been the best way to arrange those. So they need to go somewhere here at... Actually, have to do it like this. Yes, sorry. And what? Well, no, I can't do anything about that, can I? It has to be like that in order to keep the part count down. Alright. Anyway, the actual lander part we're gonna dump after we redock with the Goliath, and we're just gonna take the command pod and RCS tank part back to Kerbin, and we're gonna use that to deorbit this pod along with all the samples we will have theoretically gathered. Okay, speed is looking good. Throttle down, still looking good. Okay, so hopefully now everything will go the way it should. Hopefully. And hopefully the whole thing can actually fly without getting broken into a million pieces. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, that detached safely. That's certainly good. We are once again accelerating, that is also good. And we want to start our gravity turn. Well, right about here we can turn towards 60, and that should be okay for a little while since we are accelerating rather slowly. Ah, and those are almost spent in any case. Please don't break anything off, thank you. Okay, so now it's just the mainsail. Alright. And we will have to finish the orbit on the lander's engine. No way to help that, unfortunately, but it should be okay. Let's just make absolutely sure that the docking, landing legs stretch far enough? I think they do. Yeah, that'll be good. Didn't move them. Actually, I didn't really move them that much, so it should be good. Okay, let's head for here. 45 degrees. On the mark. Okay, there we go. Okay, my numbers look good. Let's pull those in actually. Okay, apoapsis. Yes, let's get that kinda high before we start burning horizontally. Okay, yeah. I like those numbers. Let's turn. Wait, whatever fuel we have, and throttle down a bit. Whoa, settle down there, settle down there. There we go. And we've almost spent everything, so cut that. Push slightly forward with the RCS to reveal the engine, and we're in space. So accelerate and burn like crazy. Yes, it's a similar design, but these don't detach and, well, you get the idea. One big engine instead of 4 small ones, because I try to keep the part count down on this, knowing full well that I was building it to dock with this thing. Oh, and that's a lot of wobble. 3x instead. Not sure how much time I will be able to use with the Goliath. Hopefully it will be okay. Hopefully. But, well, we'll see. Okay, that is going down. We like that. Give me a close pass. Come on, give me a close pass. Oh, you sweet darling. I love you too. Oh, that will do just fine. Okay, how much speed relative to target do I have? And how hard is it gonna be to kill? Well, this should be possible, if not... Okay, right about now I need to start burning if I don't want to move past it too quickly. Okay, burn for all it's worth, and yes, we should be good. Yes, this should be okay-ish. Come on, darling. Slow down. And we're still on the night side, incidentally. If I burn this way, I should be able to push that marker towards the anti-target marker and thus get a closer pass eventually. Ah, there we go. Whoa, that's going up. I don't want it to go up. Up. Bad. Eek. Eek. Don't be like that. Come on, I thought we were friends. Okay, let's... That would be the Goliath actually loading. Please don't die on me, game. Please don't die. Okay. Okay, frame rates. Are frame rates okay? I think they are. But these aren't docked together, so they're not calculated as one physics object yet. Which might just change things a bit. That should be the plane on top, I believe. Let's do this. That should bring us even closer. Ah, here we go. Whoa! I wonder how... Okay, the frame rate is suffering a bit now. It's at 11. Okay, let's just drift to where we wanna be. Okay, there it is. We should be able to dock safely though. Okay, those of you who go ugh at the sight of something like this might want to skip the next video, because that will involve us actually trying to fly to Duna with all of these docked together. So consider yourselves warned. Seriously, you've been warned. Whoa, and it's wobbling a lot under these RCS. It's probably spraying fuel everywhere, which I really don't want. Okay. That away. No, that away, that away. Okay, that should be good. Move forward instead ever so slightly. Set this as target. Okay. And stop overcompensating. See, the SAS, it needs some serious fixing. I mean, it's bad. It's just pure bad. It didn't used to be quite as bad, I believe, in previous versions, but these days it's like, ugh. No, the other way. Come on. And that away. Come on. Slow ourselves down. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, are you attracting? Okay, good. Okay, do the kissy thing. Come on, do the kissy thing. You know you want to. Everything is turned off. Should be able to eventually join up if everything works out. Come on, kiss, kiss, kiss. Oh, come on, darling. Ooh, this is so awkward. Okay. Counting to 5 and then I'm gonna back off and try this again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, let's try it like this. Okay, let's just turn the SS on and hopefully that will compensate for this sum. Oh, there we go. Okay, isn't that beautiful? And those even ended up being aligned more or less okay. Okay, shut down this engine and I hope this does not result in a boom. We have 7 Kerbals in this thing. That would be bad. But oh well. Anyway, I'll see you when it's time to head to Duna. So, see you in a second, I suppose.